Alrighty, everybody, hello and welcome. What's going on? Welcome to my 6th and final consecutive day of streaming. That's right, 6 straight days I've been here putting out gameplay streams for all of you. I hope you guys have enjoyed the streams. A fun day today coming up. Full streaming day, by the way. Double streams. Variety of stuff coming up today. So I hope you guys are excited. Happy Monday, everyone. And today is Monday, October 21st, 2019. And this week is going to be pretty crazy and momentous for multiple reasons. I hope that you guys are pumped for all the new stuff coming out this week that I'll be checking out. All the events that are going to be going down. Pretty exciting. All right? Pretty exciting stuff. So let's get started because we got so much to talk about. Let's just jump right into it. Okay, first of all, FYI, the voting for my Halloween costume has closed. The polls have been tallied. The results are in. You guys want me to pick the Halloween costume. You put it wild card. All right, which essentially means I'm going to try to find something funny and or interesting to be for Halloween. I will go out with Kat tomorrow. Tomorrow's our day off for the week. We'll go to the Halloween store. We'll see what they got. And we'll try to find something that will, entertain you during the Halloween day stream. So that's that. That's set. We'll see what I can find. And we'll go from there. Okay? Have to see if there's anything going on recently that would make sense to be a Halloween costume or whatever. I'll have to think about it. We'll see what's available. And we'll go from there. All right? Fair enough? All right. So that is set. Also, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who recently has been producing fan art for the streams. In fact, we've got 3 or 4 separate people who have actually been making different fan art for the streams. If you guys haven't noticed, for the first time in a long time, we've got new fan art. And that's really awesome to have that on the stream and have, new stuff. Some of it's pertinent to games I've been playing recently. Some of it's pertinent to games that I'm going to be playing soon. And the artwork is pretty cool. It makes the streams feel fresh and interesting. So thank you to anyone who has worked on that. That's much appreciated. Okay? Pretty nice. Also, recently, holy crap, there's so much going on. We've had a lot of people who have been contributing in order to name things here on the streams. So we've got a flaming skull to my right named Joe Mama. We've got a purple spider to my left named Peter. And it's been cool. I like the fact that now with these streams they're all completely interactive, and the things that happen on them are not just about me, it's about you guys too. You know what I mean? We're doing that today, by the way. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. How today the streams are going to be even more interactive with some more stuff that I'm doing. Okay? But I love this. It's so different from what I used to do when I was on YouTube, and all I did was, play games for myself and didn't really have any interactivity with you guys. And even for the years 2013 through 2017 when I streamed, but I didn't really integrate any kind of interaction with you guys. All right? I absolutely like that. I absolutely like that about it. It's fun. It's interesting to have these things. They call it engagement with your audience, right? And I like this, okay? So, over the weekend, the question was posed on my stream. They said, Phil, you're playing WWE 2K20 this year, and you said you're going to do the My Career mode. And that's correct. I'm going to start with the My Career mode this coming Wednesday, okay? This year, in WWE 2K20, My Career mode has you play both a male and a female wrestler. So you get to create both, and you're playing as both. You basically follow both of their careers, okay? Now, someone posed the question. They said, Phil, what are you going to name your wrestlers in the game? I said, I don't know. He said, well, can we have the ability to do that? I said, I don't see why not. There's so many interesting things. I'm sure people could think of memes and things that you could apply to a wrestler's name. All right. Now, they wanted to do it over the weekend. And I said, well, kind of what we need to do is give us a chance to announce it ahead of time. It wouldn't be fair if I just all of a sudden said, on the stream I'm already doing, top contributor can name a wrestler. That wouldn't be fair because no one knew that was going to happen. So last night I posted this up on Twitter, and I said, here's what we're going to do for today, okay? Today's 2 gameplay streams. Each one is going to determine the name of a wrestler in my WWE 2K20 playthrough starting later this week, okay? So first of all, top contributor on this stream right now. This is the Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville stream. I'm going to talk in just a moment about what we're doing on today's stream and all of that. But the top contributor on this stream will determine the name of my male-created wrestler when I make him on Wednesday. Okay? So we'll be tracking this all stream, and the overall top contributor with one contribution. I have to clarify this because some people are like, oh, well, I did a bunch of cheers, and if you add them all up, it becomes this. Like, no, that's not how it works. It's the overall top contributor. Whoever the one person is who did the one biggest contribution to the stream, they will have the honor to name the wrestler. See, now all these things, someone said Sir Dumas, someone just said Phil Smelly a chair. See? A lot of different people are getting ideas already. See, this is good. I like this. This is cool. Having this interactivity, this engagement, and having you guys, be a part of the playthroughs is pretty neat. Okay? So, that's going to happen right now. Now, later tonight, on the late stream, which is going to be Dragon Quest Builders 2, the top contributor on the Dragon Quest Builders 2 stream is going to have the ability to name the female wrestler that will be created in WWE 2K20. Okay? So there you go. Because it's all Ben's counter says, name the female wrestler Wendy's Chili. Oh my god. See? So I like this. This is cool. This is funny. This is interesting. This is how I want it. Because the truth of the matter is this. Usually when I make created characters in any game, on the fly, I just try to think something up. Sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it ain't. Sometimes it's just kind of meh. I'm not really feeling too creative today or whatever. And I can't come up with anything good, and then you're kind of stuck with a shitty name for the entire time that I play that game. This will pretty much ensure that whatever we do is going to be pretty funny come Wednesday. Okay? So, that's pretty cool. So, not only are we doing, a full day of gameplay streaming 2 different games today on the streams, but the top contributors on each stream will respectively be able to pick the male and female wrestlers' names. I'll be mentioning this several times over the course of the stream because undoubtedly some people will not be here for the pre-stream, and they want to know that they're going to get this ability, right? So, there you go. Pretty cool. And the thing is, if people like this, this practice, I can name stuff on Phil's stream, I can name a character in his game, etc. We could keep doing this for various different things. Now, I'm not saying that every day is going to be we do something like this, but since there are opportunities to do it, why not, right? And people seem to like it, so why not do it? A lot of people have told me that other streamers have been doing this for the longest freaking time, and I'm just kind of now catching on that this is something that streamers like to do because their audiences love it, so why not? The way I see it is, really, no skin off my back, and, hey, let's give it a shot. Let's see how this goes today. Let's see if we get some really cool names for the wrestlers on Wednesday, okay? Now, also, last night, I did pre-order WWE 2K20. It's pre-ordered, and I don't believe that the game has actually loaded yet. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I should have the digital rights, because I did it on the website, so I actually have the digital rights to it right now. I might be able to just pre-download it now, which I'm probably going to do, to get it on my PS4, and right now we're doing pre-stream. Why not get it loaded on there, right? So hold on a second here. Here we go, purchased. Oh god, it's gonna be at the very bottom because it's WWE. So I'm glad I just thought about that. I think why not preload it now? There it is. I wonder if it's gonna have the pre-order bonus too or whatever. Here, I'll just click download. Okay, so it's downloading right now. That's good. And it says, is there one add-on? Oh, there's a theme. Oh boy, a theme. Well, I don't care about the theme. What on earth? There's already videos of it. How the hell did people get this already? People already have the game and have done like videos on it already. How the fuck? All right, anyway, I don't know. Let's get out of there. So that's pre-downloading for Wednesday. Cool. Now there's already controversy and confusion in regards to another game that I'm going to be playing later this week, Modern Warfare. All right? Here's the confusion surrounding Modern Warfare. There's like, I don't understand how this happens, but apparently, some people are under the impression that Modern Warfare can be played at 6 p.m., okay, Pacific time, this coming Thursday. That apparently Sony officially announced it, and it's official. If you pre-order Modern Warfare, you can play it 6 p.m. on Thursday. Some people are saying, oh, that's not the case. You can only do that if you own the PC version. The console versions don't unlock until like midnight your local time. So for me, it would be like 9 p.m. Pacific time, in which case that's too late for my late night stream on Thursday. So there's all this confusion. Is it actually unlocking? Is it not unlocking? What the hell's going on? I won't know until I'm able to pre-order the game this week, and once you pre-order it and you load it onto your console, obviously then it's going to tell me, oh, it's unlockable at this time, right? It'll give you the countdown to know when to play it. And the thing is, this is kind of messing with my schedule, because I would love to play Modern Warfare on Thursday night, the sooner the better. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not, because I don't know if it unlocks or not. Now, normally I would have pre-ordered the game, in the past I would have pre-ordered it weeks ago and we would have an answer, but sadly that's not the situation I'm in anymore. What I'm hoping is maybe today, by the end of today's streams, I'll have enough that I can pre-order the game and get it loaded and everything, and then I can have an answer for you for Thursday's schedule. Okay? Yes, see, Massive Steak is incredibly adamant, and he says, in North America only, Modern Warfare will be available on all platforms 6 p.m. on Thursday. Now, people were telling me that, but then someone else yesterday was like, no, we looked into it, and it's only PC, not console. So, I don't know what to believe. Let me put it to you this way, Massive Steak. I don't think you're trying to lie to me at all, and I believe you that this is what you've been told. But let me put it this way, I'll believe it when I see it. So once I pre-order the game, and I get it, preloading, then I can definitively know when I can play it for you guys, okay? And by the way, FYI, it will be the multiplayer first if I can do it. So what that means is Thursday night, if I can play the game, I want to play the multiplayer first, but there's no guarantees it's going to work. For those of you who have, watched my launch day coverage of Call of Duty before, you know that typically it doesn't usually work very well on launch day. Usually the servers get completely overloaded and the thing is a really bad experience, okay? So that being said, if I can play it, I'll do it. If not, we'll just do the campaign, okay? So let's see what happens this coming Thursday, but I'll have an answer for you hopefully maybe later today, depending on how the streams go and how much I can raise and everything. We'll see if I can pre-order the game today, and then I'll have these answers for you. Madara is God says, well, the reason they're saying that for PC is because there's a global PC release at 6 on Thursday. So that makes sense. If it's global and everyone around the world plays at the same time on PC, that's why it's such a definitive answer on PC, but that's why people must be confused about console. Okay, fair enough. I understand it, but we'll find out hopefully later today. Okay? Okay. So, now, for all this confusion, let's get started talking about today, which is ultimately what all of you are here for anyway, right? What's going on today? Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we're continuing on with Plants vs. Zombies, The Battle for Neighborville, okay? What I'm hoping to do today is twofold. The first thing that I would like to do is I would like to finish up the campaign for the Plants. This is what I've been playing for the past 2 days. The first session, I focused solely on kind of the story, and it was a lot of fun, and we advanced pretty far. Last session, I focused on side content, all right? And admittedly, it was incredibly challenging, and people seemed to like it because I was raging, but it wasn't super fun. If anything, what I found is that the side content of the game can be incredibly challenging, which is good, but not exactly super rewarding. I spent 2.5 hours trying to solve puzzles, fighting optional bosses, to finally tackle the 3 diamond gnomes in the first map of the Plants campaign, which gave me some currency and a rare hat as a reward. And not to say the hat's not cool, but it's kind of like, man, I spent all that time just to get a hat, And I understand for completionists who are looking to get every trophy and get every collectible in the game, which is one of the big appeal of the Plants vs. Zombies console games, is to get everything in it, that it might be pretty fun or challenging. But sadly, I just don't think I'm going to be doing more of that. I think that if I run into a chest or I run into a collectible, I'll grab it. But I don't think that it makes sense to waste a lot of time on that, especially with all the other games coming out shortly. Why am I wasting all this time on doing the side content? So today, primarily we're focusing on finishing up the Plants story. FYI, we already did 1/3 of it. So there's 2 more major missions to do, then the big final finale mission against the boss. And then I don't know if there's a big, like, final finale, but I'm looking to finish that up today. Okay? Then, once I finish the Plant story, what I'd like to do is swap over to multiplayer, which is the main focus of Plants vs. Zombies, by the way. I should have essentially mentioned this, that with Garden Warfare and now with Battle for Neighborville, it seems like the multiplayer is what they're really catering towards and focusing on. So I'm excited to try that out for the first time today. The game has tons of different modes for multiplayer, so definitely want to check that out today on the stream, okay? So hopefully that's what we get to do. We get to do finishing up the Plants story-based campaign, and then doing the first multiplayer that's available to us, and trying out different modes and just having fun with it, okay? So hopefully that goes well, and you know, we get a good stream today. And by the way, as I've already mentioned, the top contributor for today is going to have the ability to hold on a second. Is going to have the ability to name my created wrestler in WWE 2K20 come Wednesday. Okay? Fair enough? Sound good? Good. Later tonight, it will be the continuation of Dragon Quest Builders 2. Now listen, I know that many of you are like, oh my god, Dragon Quest Builders 2 is still going. This is ridiculous. You've been playing it since early July. How long is this game, and when are you going to move on from it? Truth of the matter is, I like the game, but I'm feeling exactly the same way as you. I feel that the game, really, they made the campaign too long. And not to say that I don't like the campaign. I do. I've really been liking it, but how long is a game going to go on and on and on, right? And so I hear you. I'm there with you. And what I'm hoping for tonight is to get some more progress, 2 more hours of progress. I was told that I'm between 6 to 8 hours away from completing the game at this point, that there's 1 more major story-based island, but it's very short. It's only a few hours long, and then you basically have the big finale. Okay, so let's see what happens tonight. You know, depending on what happens with Modern Warfare, I may or may not be able to squeeze in another stream of Dragon Quest Builders before we hit the big major releases this week, and see how far we can get, okay? Cool. Impact Sona, I believe you're referencing an email about tips for WWE 2K20, and the answer is yes, I did receive the email. I skimmed through it last night. I didn't have a lot of time to read it, but thank you, and I will be using that when I play WWE 2K20 on Wednesday as a guideline. He sent me the new control scheme because the game changed the controls for this one, I guess, plus some tips and stuff. So I'll be giving that a skim later this week. Thank you, Impact Sona, for sending me that. Appreciate that. Okay. So yes, Dragon Quest Builders 2 later tonight. Now, I understand many of you may not even be interested in the game. If you come back and you hang out, first of all, it's an interactive stream where we have a lot of time to talk and just hang out and chill and have fun. So don't worry about it being a very busy stream where, man, it's going to be a boring game. No, we can talk and have a good time. In addition to that, the top contributor on tonight's stream, the late night stream, will be naming the female created wrestler in my WWE 2K20 campaign later this week. So there's a dual reason to attend. Come hang out with me and have fun. Or if you want to try to be the top contributor and name the female wrestler, that also is going to go into effect later tonight, okay? So there you go. That's going to be later tonight on the late stream. I am off tomorrow. And let me tell you, much like last week, I got another day where I'm going to be flying around and doing a million things in one day. It's going to be hectic. One of the things I have to do tomorrow, I have to get the Halloween costume. That way it's set in stone. Because I know if I wait any longer, all the good costumes are going to be sold out. Okay? You cannot wait till the last minute to buy a Halloween costume. You try to rush out to buy something absolute last minute, you'll get crap. You won't get anything good. I know from experience, okay? Ouch, my leg. So, I'll be heading out tomorrow to get the costume. We'll see what I can find. Kat and I will be, perusing all the available things to try to pick the best one for the Halloween marathon. Okay? And in the meantime, I certainly hope that you guys will check out all the stuff I've been up to over on DSPGaming. Obviously on YouTube, that is my archive channel of all of my live streams. And anything you missed this week, you can watch there fully on demand and enjoy at your leisure tomorrow. Or hell, just enjoy having a day off. Okay, whatever it is that you'd like to do. Now, Eric the actor, being very insulting, just called me stupid and says I should just buy my Halloween costume off of Amazon. Of course, Eric the actor, apparently not someone who really buys Halloween costumes, doesn't understand the way this works. All right? I've been around the block. I do this every year. Okay? So, when you buy a Halloween costume from Amazon, there's a little problem. It's called you can't actually see what the costume looks like. Okay? And if you're actually trying to get a good costume, good luck buying anything online, because what they do is they'll show you the preview of what it looks like. Right? They'll show you someone supposedly dressed up in the costume. That doesn't mean that's actually what the costume is at all. In fact, I found a lot of the pictures that they put on these costumes are incredibly deceptive of what you actually get inside said package. Okay? I've seen, just in the Halloween costume store, I've seen a picture on the thing, and then you actually look in the bag, you're like, look at this, look how shitty this is. It looks like it's good on there, and then do you really want to pay a lot of money for a costume that ends up being, like, really crappy? Because that's what's going to happen if you just buy a random costume online. Okay? So, Eric the actor now is calling me a liar and an idiot, so goodbye. Had enough of this. Get out of here. By the way, new account. What a surprise. So, anyway, yeah, that's why I'm not doing that. So that's the deal. Tomorrow I get the costume. It'll be set in stone. Again, it's wild card. You guys voted for wild card, which means I have the ability to choose what I want to get. Kat and I will decide tomorrow. We'll get something cool, and it'll be something lined up for the Halloween stuff next week. Okay? When I come back on Wednesday, it'll be the premiere of WWE 2K20 My Career Mode, where I'll be making both of these created wrestlers and naming them appropriately per what you guys choose on today's streams. Okay? And then that'll be the main gameplay stream. Wednesday night, I'm going to do some more Plants vs. Zombies. And depending on how things go today, it'll either be more multiplayer, if that's what you guys want to see, or if we want to try to swing over to the zombie side and try out some of the zombie characters in the campaign, we'll do that. But we'll see what happens today. We'll see how far we get with the Plants campaign and the multiplayer. Maybe you guys will be craving more multiplayer Wednesday night or whatever. Okay? Thursday, again, it'll be more WWE, so we'll be continuing on with the campaign of the My Career Mode. Thursday night, as I've already mentioned, is completely up in the air. If I pre-order Modern Warfare and it says it's available to be playing Thursday night, then I'm going to start playing it Thursday night. Okay? It'll be the late stream, and I'm going to try to do the multiplayer, but if it doesn't work, we'll do the campaign, so it all depends. Okay? But if I can't do it Thursday night, if it's not available or whatever, then instead what we'll do is we will do some more Dragon Quest Builders too. And I know, but oh, what? Well, again, if you want it to finish, I actually have to play it. So we're going to try to do a session of that Thursday night instead. All right? So let's see what happens. Cool? Now on Friday, no matter what happens, we've got a full day of new releases. On Friday, my main gameplay stream will be the premiere of The Outer Worlds. For those who don't know, The Outer Worlds is the newest game from Obsidian Entertainment, the same gameplay studio that brought you games such as Knights of the Old Republic 2 and Fallout New Vegas. From what I'm to understand, The Outer Worlds is going to be a fun, choice-based RPG, much like Knights of the Old Republic or Mass Effect, where it's a more linear kind of story. You will have the ability to do many side quests and be able to determine the way to, complete quests based on your choice. Rather than it just being, go kill a bunch of generic enemies and come back to me, it'll be, you could do a voice chat, a dialogue check, or you could negotiate, or you could find a hidden item in an area, or you can sneak around, or you can kill enemies, and you can do this or that. Seems like it's going to be pretty fun, the way that they've designed this game. So, I'm stoked. We haven't played an RPG like this in quite some time, so it could be quite entertaining and fun, and I'm looking forward to that starting this Friday, okay? Friday night will be Modern Warfare. What will it be, campaign or multiplayer? That's really going to be dependent on what happened Thursday night, okay? So we'll find out. And then Saturday probably is going to be more of the same, but what I'm thinking is for Saturday, we'll flip the streams. So for Saturday, it'll be Modern Warfare on the main gameplay stream, and it'll be Outer Worlds on the late stream. Fair enough. Then on Sunday, we'll probably, for variety's sake, do the other 2 games. So we'll probably do more WWE and Plants vs. Zombies for variety on Sunday. And then what we're going to do is we're going to balance all of these games all week long. So, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Now, keep in mind I have a day off in there, and I think it's going to be Tuesday of next week. I'm not 100% yet, but I think it's going to be Tuesday of next week. But, yeah, like, every day I'm going to be balancing all the new releases. And going back and forth between them so that way there's not too much of anything and there's not like, oh, I'm craving a game and I didn't get to play it, okay? In addition to all of that, I know this is a lot. There's a lot going on here. Coming up, there's the Halloween Marathon. That's going to be on Halloween. That's going to be a series of horror games, including Luigi's Mansion 3, Blasphemous, Bloodstained, Visage, and Stalker. So I'll be playing 5 various different games while in costume that day. Okay? Should be interesting to say the least, see how this goes. I always love doing the Halloween marathons, and I hope you'll join me on Halloween for said marathon. Should be good. And then after that, again, probably for another, let's see, 1, 2, 3, probably for another 3 to 4 days, I'll be balancing the same new releases again until we finally get far enough into one. What I'm thinking is, more than likely, out of all the games that I'll be playing, probably Plants vs. Zombies is the one that's going to go out of the rotation first. For what I'm to understand, WWE 2K20's My Career Mode actually is quite lengthy, about 20 hours, which is how it was last year. So once I do a few major streams of it, we'll get pretty far into it, and then maybe I'll rotate it out to a late night stream and balance that with the other games like Outer Worlds and Modern Warfare as the main gameplay streams, and then we'll do Plants vs. Zombies and WWE as late night streams, okay? Now, the other thing is, I don't want Dragon Quest Builders to get lost in the mix. At some point, I'm trying to finish the game, so I will try to mix that stuff in, all right? And try to finish that game up. But if you can't tell, all right, what this means is that because there's so much new release content coming out in the next week, and then we got the Halloween Marathon the week after, this means that all of my chill-style gameplay, this means the retro stuff with Super NES and Genesis, this means the weekly Minecraft streams, and yes, this means fighting games as well, all that stuff is going on hold. It's not going away, it's not permanently going away or anything like that, so don't freak out. It's just going on hold. We're going to be way too busy with new releases to be able to do those streams at this point. I'm going to have a tough time juggling just the new releases, so please understand that. I know some of you like the chill stream stuff. I love it. But since we got so many new releases going on right now, I have to keep playing them to get through some of them so that we don't get too far behind. Okay? In addition, coming up in November, we've got Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Death Stranding, Jedi Fallen Order, the new Pokemon game, and Shenmue 3. That's just the first 5 games I'm interested in playing in November. So I have to get through all these new major releases before we can even tackle those. So you see what I mean? Like, that's why I kind of have to be dedicated to this course of action, as they say. All right? Now, in addition to all of that, there's a lot of games that I just did not mention. And you might be saying, well, what on earth? Why didn't you mention this or this or this or this? So here's the deal. Games I haven't mentioned that I'm interested in playing. The Medieval Remaster. That's a PS1 classic. I played it back in the day on PS1. I really love that game. I would love to do a remastered version of it in the modern era. Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz Remastered. I've never played a Super Monkey Ball game before. I saw some footage of this game, and I was like, this game looks great. They're actually adding Sonic as a character in the game, which is hilarious because it's a Sega exclusive franchise, so they're putting Sonic the Hedgehog in it and stuff. Seems pretty neat. there's a new Need for Speed game coming out. And we all know you guys love watching me play Need for Speed, right? And in addition to that, there's 2 remastered Disney games plus the Disney Afternoon collection that are apparently all coming out in the same time period of the games I've already mentioned. It's obvious that, number 1, there's no way I can afford all that. And number 2, there's no way I can play all that. So what I will say is this. I'm going to focus on the hot new releases I'm interested in the short term, but long term, we're talking about November, December, January, when things start to slow down with game releases, we could go back and check out some of the games that I missed out on and play them at that point. In addition, a lot of the times, if you're not aware, some of these games go on the cheap relatively quickly. Let's put it that way. So maybe within a month or 2 months, if I'm busy with all the other stuff, when I finally wrap that stuff up and I go back to play one of these remastered games, it might actually be discounted by then anyway. So that could definitely help out with my decision making on what I can play. So that's my course of action. I hope this sounds good to all of you. And go from there. Let's see what happens. Fair enough? All right, guys. So that's my schedule. That's what I'm planning. I'm looking forward to all the interactivity and excitement. I'm looking forward to you guys possibly naming these creative wrestlers today. It's going to be a good time. All right. Now, let's move on to the second segment of my stream, which is called the Gratuitous Plugs. All right. This is where I have to shill for a little bit, and I apologize, but I have to. That's a necessary evil of being a full-time streamer. All right. And since I am a full-time streamer, I rely pretty much solely on your crowdfunding in order to make ends meet. That means contributions during the streams are how I pay the bills and I keep the lights on and I pay for games and I do all the things I need to do to keep being a streamer. I stream 6 days a week full time. I also archive all my videos over on YouTube on DSPGaming, despite the fact I make almost no money on YouTube whatsoever. I still do that as a practice because people tell me they find value in it, okay? So that being said, if you like the fact that I stream so much and if you enjoy the content, you like the chill vibes, and you want to see it continue, please consider contributing in one of the following methods. You can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, where your monthly pledges earn you personal perks. You can give it a look there for all the details, and thanks to anyone who is a current contributor there via Patreon. You could contribute by checking out my Teespring store and buying some merchandise from my Teespring store. Right now, we're in the autumn here in the United States. And that means things like sweatshirts and hoodies in the set and are all the rage. Okay? Give those a look. But if you're here live on the stream, chances are you're probably going to want to contribute via cheering, subbing, or tipping, especially because today, again, if you're the top contributor on today's stream, you'll get to name my created wrestler on Wednesday. So, how does it work? Well, if you either cheer with bits or subscribe to the channel or you tip me during today's stream, I will give you a live shout out on the stream. All right? Pretty awesome. And if you're the top cheerer or top tipper, I'm going to put you up on the leaderboard so that you get extra recognition. In addition to that, there is a cheering leaderboard that's integrated right here into Twitch, and that auto updates. So if you cheer, you're already going to get into the top 10 cheers of the week listed up there automatically. Okay? Now, a few things. First off, please understand, all contributions are greatly appreciated, and yes, the contributions keep things going. But I want you guys to know up front, they are not mandatory. You can come and just hang out with me and have fun, watch the stream for free. And if you can't contribute, that's perfectly fine. I don't want anyone to feel isolated or anyone to feel out of place because they can't contribute. That's not the case. I've been doing this for 11 years. I did this on YouTube for 2.5 years before I made any money doing it. Okay? I love gaming. Gaming's been part of my life for most of my life. Whether it was competitive Street Fighter, whether it was console gaming, whatever it was. All right. And I love sharing these experiences with you on a daily basis. That's what it's all about. Having these fun, interactive streams allows me to share my passion for games. And I hope that comes through on the streams. So don't feel out of place. Don't feel, oh man, I can't contribute. Don't feel bad. All right. I want you to just hang out with me and have a chill time and have a good time. If you can go above and beyond and contribute to keep stuff going, thank you very much. Please do. It's appreciated, and, I need the support. But if you can't, don't worry. Okay? Now, the truth of the matter is, guys, with all the ways to contribute, I really need your help in 2 different ways. The first is I need to be able to afford all the upcoming games. And I'm worried about this because there's so many of them in a short period of time. And I knew this was gonna be a concern, that in this short period of time, so many games, it could be very expensive. So there's 2 ways that you can help with that. You can either check out my Amazon wish list by typing !wish list into the stream chat. That is a listing of PlayStation Network and Nintendo Shop credits. There's also Xbox Live credits, but to be quite frank, all the games that I'm getting in the next couple of months are on PlayStation Network or Nintendo Shop. So if you want to help me out in this way, check out my wish list. Consider purchasing some credits for me. If you do purchase some credits for me, please email me whatever code you get. What I mean by that is you need to forward the email from Amazon to my inbox with said code. Okay? And that way I can redeem it, because they don't just send it to me automatically. You actually have to forward it to me to darksidefil@hotmail.com. All right? Thanks to anyone who does that, because some people do that, and it helps out a lot. I haven't gotten any in a while, but for those who do it, thank you very much. That does help, and it's going to, make things less expensive and less worrisome that I can afford all these games coming out. All right? Now, the other way you can help is by tipping me, because when you tip me, not only are those funds I can use right away on games, but they're also going to help me pay my bills, and I have a lot of problems paying my bills recently, so please consider tipping me at all if you can today. There's 2 ways you could tip. Below the stream, there's a tips jar button you could click on, or you could type !tip into the stream chat. A couple things to know about tipping. The first is that if you do tip me, you can be anonymous. You don't have to use your real name. You don't have to use your information. You can actually make up a name, or you could just say anonymous. That way, no one will know it's you, and you don't have to worry about people trying to harass you on the internet for contributing to a streamer. In addition, you don't need a PayPal account to tip me. You can actually just use a debit or credit card without registering a full account. If you don't see the option to do that on the PayPal page, try using a different device. For example, I tried doing it on my phone, and it didn't give me the option, but then I tried doing it on my desktop computer, and the option was there. Okay? So thank you to anyone even considering tipping. I really do need the help right now via tips, so if you guys can tip me right now, it would help me more than anything, so thank you to anyone considering doing it. Cheering and subbing is still great, and I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth at all. Those things help in the long term a lot, so please, if you want to do that as well, please do. All right, but thank you to anyone who contributes in any way. Now, last but not least, let's talk about the rules. Okay, let's talk about the rules, and then we're going to move on to those who have contributed and give shout outs, and then we're going to get started here with Plants vs. Zombies. Okay? The rules. First of all, I have to abide by all of the rules of Twitch.tv because I use their service to stream. So please understand, I can't just say and do anything that I want on the stream. I do have to abide by their criteria. Fair enough. But I also like to have my own rules on the stream. I like to maintain a certain vibe on my gameplay streams that I feel allows everyone to have a good time and feel that, they're safe and they're fun and they're having a chill experience, all right? So a few things. First of all, I don't like bringing up controversial, argumentative topics that typically get people angry at each other. In particular, politics and religion are 2 no-nos for me, because it seems like whenever we address those things, people get so angry at each other, they can't agree, and if they don't agree, they hate each other, and I don't want that on my stream. So in general, I don't bring up those topics unless they're actually a point of discussion in a game I'm playing. In that case, it's fine. But please don't try derailing the stream with politics and religion. Okay? Now, in addition, please understand that I am well aware that there is a large group of people out there on the internet who like to make fun of me, who've turned me into a meme and a joke, even though I've been here for 11 years, busting my butt, sharing gameplay content with you every day. They, at my expense, turned me into a negative meme in order to basically get themselves over, make money, and or make a living for themselves, because they don't know how to make positive content. All they know how to do is tear down other people. I'm well aware of this, all right? And the bottom line is I don't need to know about it. I don't need people coming in here saying, Phil, did you hear this guy said this about you today? Did you hear there's a video about you today? There's an article about you today. Did you hear someone's illegally restreaming your content? Did you hear that this person is attacking one of your fans? No, I don't need to know. I know what's happening. We don't need to derail my actual positive content with their negative, toxic shit, okay? Let them do whatever they're going to do in their own circles, and let it me and all of us on the stream be oblivious to it and just have a good time together. All right? That's my attitude. Because if I derail my positive streams with their negative shit, that's exactly what they want. They want that attention. They want that recognition. Look what I did today. I ruined Phil's stream. Ah, ha, ha, ha. And I don't want to give them that, I can't stop them from what they do, but what I can do is just say, screw you. I am not going to go away. I'm not going to be negatively affected by you. I'm going to continue doing what I love to do. I'm not going anywhere. I've been here for 11 years, longer than most, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue to do what I love, and tough titties. Okay? So that's my attitude. And so hopefully, I hope that you guys will understand that, and that you guys will have fun on today's stream and not bring up all the negative stuff. Please understand it's against the rules to do so. I don't want the stream getting derailed. So please don't even be tempted to bring it up. It ain't worth it. Okay? All right. So now, hold on. I'm going to open my office window a little bit more to get some more cool air in here. And then we're going to do shout-outs for people who have contributed. And then we're going to get started. So hold on one second here. All right. There we go here. Get Joe Mama into position because he was a little slippery there. He was sliding off the couch. Okay. So let's give shout outs. And let's actually see who the top contributor is so far today, who's in the running for naming my wrestler on Wednesday, okay? So we start off today with Tequila Factor, who subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much for the sub. I like tequila. I don't drink it that often, but when I do drink it, it's pretty good. M5NSX started off the cheering today with a 50-bit cheer. He said, loving the game. I really like this game, too. I've always liked the Plants vs. Zombies franchise since Garden Warfare 1. Admittedly, a lot of people are hating on it, saying it's a kiddie game and I shouldn't be playing it, and I don't give a shit. I think it's fun, and like I said today, since we kind of wasted some time last stream on a lot of side content, what we're going to focus on today is progress. Let's finish up the Plants campaign, and then with those unlockables and everything, let's head into the multiplayer, which in a lot of ways is the meat of the game, and let's see how the rest of the game is, okay? Thank you for the cheer. Hey There Babe has subscribed for 5 months. Thank you very much, Hey There Babe. Ricardo Does Gordo just asked, how much is this game? Right now, this game, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville, I believe is $40. But I believe that it's probably going to dip in price. For what I've seen, games like this within a month or two usually decrease in price. I would almost guess by Christmas this game will be $20. That's just my guess. But for now, it's 40. Okay? Shout out to Dusting Fan, who did a 100-bit cheer. He said, I think I'm becoming a sociopath. Any tips on how to stop this? First of all, the first step to recovery is noticing that you have something going on. So I actually have to applaud you, because if you are serious, that's actually a good thing that you acknowledge that this is happening, okay? First thing I would say is you should probably talk to someone, because sometimes just talking to someone about something like this can help tremendously. Maybe from an outsider's perspective, talking about some of the things that you're recognizing may actually be a help, or maybe you're just overreacting. If it seems like this is something serious, you probably should talk to a loved one, meaning a relative or someone you trust, so that they're not going to run to the police right away. But that being said, once you establish whether or not you feel this is a real concern, you should probably seek professional help. Just saying. You probably shouldn't leave it to chance. If you actually feel like you're becoming a sociopath, especially if it's escalating to the point where you feel that maybe you might reach out and do things that are not very sane, I strongly recommend that you seek professional help. There you go. Let's continue. Cliffy Bureau, resub for 8 months. It says, real talk, let's have a good stream. All right, Cliffy Bureau, I agree with you. Real talk, let's have a good stream. Thank you for the resub and the support. M5NSX did a 100-bit cheer, and he says, oh, by the way, I keep forgetting to bring this up, so thank you for reminding me, M5NSX. Right now, there's a special promotion running on Twitch. I don't know how long it runs, but for now, it's still going. It's the Terminator Dark Fate promotion. If you cheer, all right, please use the cheer mode Terminator. And if you do, you will give 10% bonus bits to the person you're cheering for. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. All right? Plus, you get a cool Terminator cheer mode. I'll be back. In the stream chat. So please consider doing it. And M5NSX just did it, which is why I remembered. Okay? So M5NSX did a 100-bit cheer. He says, if you turn that camera on the 31st and I see Pennywise, I'm going to lose my shit. We'll see. We'll see come Halloween what I choose for my Halloween costume. It's all going down tomorrow. I saw some things at the store I don't know exactly what I'm going with yet. We're going to find out. Okay? Gerard Crow did a 50-bit cheer. He says, it's kind of your fault the Dragon Quest Builders 2 has gone on for so long. I mean, you relegated it to second streams only and pushed it back to not only once, but, twice a week. If you're only playing 2 to 4 hours a week, it's going to take you forever to beat a 70-hour game. Fair enough, you're correct, Gerard Crow. I'm not blaming the game for having more content. In the modern gaming era, it's appreciated when you get games that have long, meaningful content. And in fact, a lot of people have criticized that game, saying, oh, it's too much like Minecraft. I completely disagree. The game has a 60-plus hour-long story. Story, not open world, no guidance, sandbox, do whatever you want, survival mode, story mode. I haven't even gotten to the sandbox mode. From what I'm to understand, once you complete the story, then the game opens up the sandbox mode, where it becomes more like Minecraft and you can do whatever you want. But we haven't even gotten there yet. Okay? That's how much content the freaking game has. Now, admittedly, Gerard Crow, you're right. I started playing this game when it was a new release in July. And if you remember, back in July, there was almost nothing going on in the realm of new releases, and I was doing it as main gameplay streams for 1 or 2 weeks. And I got nothing but complaints. This game is boring. This game is not engaging, even though I told people, listen, this is the kind of stream where if we interact with each other and hang out and have fun, even if you find the game boring, it would be more interesting. People didn't listen. They were like, oh, no, I want something else, anything but this. Every time I played the game, I saw a ton of complaints in the stream chat. So eventually I said, I got to listen to my viewing audience. I got to relegate it to a stream where people aren't going to constantly be complaining that that it's not engaging or fun or whatever. So I turned it into a night stream. And I was playing it about twice a week at night. And then again, oh man, every time Phil plays this game, it's not very engaging. We wish that Phil would do anything else but this. So then I started saying, okay, what we'll do is we'll start doing Battle Royale more. We'll start doing Minecraft, we'll start doing all these other things. Remember, I was playing sports games and stuff during the summer. So essentially, my treatment of the playthrough was in direct reaction to the response that I was getting from the viewing audience. By the way, Gerard Crow, I'm not immune to the fact that I know there were people who actually cared about the game. I like the game, and I know there was a viewing audience that cared about it because people showed up every time I played it. It wasn't like the stream had 2 people standing around picking their nose and no one was watching. But admittedly, there wasn't a large group of people who were too excited about it when I played it, okay? So I've been doing my best. For a while there in September, I had to stop playing it entirely because much like what's coming up this week, there were so many new releases in a short period of time that I didn't really have an opportunity to do much with it, okay? But, I'm still going to do my best. I'm not dropping the game. It is what it is. As you would find, if you're a full-time streamer like me, it's very difficult when you have a game like this and the situation is you like the game, but not necessarily your viewing audience doesn't like it that much, to balance it and try to figure out the happy medium. But I'm hoping that within another week or two, we wrap it up, especially because it seems like this is the end game now that we're heading into. So hopefully another, few sessions and it's done. Like I told you guys, what I might have to do eventually is bite the bullet and actually one day do it as a main gameplay stream, 4+ hours, just to get as far in as possible and try to wrap it up. So we'll see how this goes, okay? All right, continuing on. Liketh to me $1, or Lykoff, I apologize, I don't know how to pronounce your name. And they said, are you ready? Are you really going to play Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl? Not sure how I feel about that, because it's one of the greatest first-person RPGs, and to play it for just an hour and never go back, it would be a crime. Well, the thing is, someone gifted me Stalker years and years ago on Steam. Now, not that I ever made my Steam profile public, but I guess a ton of years ago, when I was doing PC playthroughs, I guess eventually at one point it popped up on the screen or whatever, that this is my Steam account or whatever. And someone gifted me Stalker. So, at the time, I was like, hey, it's a gifted game. I might as well accept it. Maybe this will be something, in the future that I'll play. Well, obviously, didn't really come to fruition because here we are many years later, and I never played it, right? Well, guess what? Now people want to see me play it. I was like, holy shit. Like, this is like the ample opportunity. Who would have thought a game that was gifted to me like 6 to 8 years ago, I'll finally be able to play for a Halloween marathon. Now, I don't know anything about the game. So, like, if you could be right on hit it on the nose here and say, this is a game that maybe if you only play it for an hour, hour and a half, because I'm aiming for roughly 90 minutes. For each game coming up in the marathon, I'm aiming for roughly 90 minutes. Some games, if I don't like it that much, might be shorter. But if it's a game that's engaging and interesting, I'm trying to play each game for roughly an hour and a half during the Halloween marathon. Okay? So, if it ends up being a game, that I play and I like, please understand it may actually become a full-on playthrough. That's happened many times during these marathon events where I play a game and it ends up being engaging and fun, and I'm like, damn, I actually really liked that. I want to go back. And it may not be right away, but a lot of the games I might end up going back to eventually as a full playthrough in the future, okay? So, don't worry. We'll keep it in there for consideration if it is something that you guys like and that I like, okay? So let's actually get Lycuf up there as the first tipper of the day. There we go. Thank you for that. All right. An anonymous dollar tipper. Oh, wow. So we got up to $2 a tip. Says, are you interested in the Hitman 2 new missions that have come out? Not really. So Hitman 2 came out, what was it, last year? And I liked it. I really did. I thought it was a good game. A lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was a good game. But, all the additional missions that they basically added to it didn't really add any new content. All they did is they added new assassinations in exactly the same maps, right? It's not like they added a whole new locations and things for you to play in. It was just like, oh, here's the elusive target, Sean Bean, in the same map that you've already done 3 assassinations, so it's not really super interesting because you've already done this before. Okay? So I never really went back to the game after the initial, playthrough, and I did one elusive target. I did the Sean Bean target, and that was about it. I never went back to it after that. Okay? Now, there very well may be by this point 2 new maps, as 2R King just said in the stream chat. However, I'm not aware if these maps are free. I'm not aware if these maps are, you have to pay for them, like paid DLC. In addition, as you just heard, I'm about to get very busy. This week I'm playing 4 new games I'm juggling. The week after there's 2. The week after there's 2. The week after there's 2. So, at this point, if there's new Hitman maps, it seems to me like it's not something that I'm able to touch. Again, like I like to say, long term, since there always is downtime between new releases coming up in the future, I'm not against checking this stuff out in the future. And what I would say is if this is something that's interesting to you and you'd like to see me try and or play in the future, please, by all means, remind me in the future. Come December when things slow down. Come January. Say, hey, Phil, by the way, you missed out on this content while you were doing the new releases. Will you check it out? Maybe then I will. Okay? So let's see what happens. Okay. Fruits07 did a cheer with the Terminator cheer mode. Thank you for that. He says, hello, Mr. Boo Phil. Been watching you since the Mercenaries game on Xbox 360. And I watched the Mercenaries 2, I think it was. That's right, it was. It was Mercenaries 2. All I know, it's been forever. Long time. Go, Phil. Well, thank you very much to Fruits. Thank you very much to Fruits for the 50-bit cheer. I appreciate that. If you indeed have been watching me since Mercenaries 2, you've been watching me for 11 years, and that's pretty impressive. I recently hit my 11-year anniversary as a content creator back in September. Or actually, it was the first week of October. And that's pretty damn amazing that I've put out so much content, 11 straight years, and almost all day, every day I'm here, and you guys see me, putting out everything that I do. It's pretty awesome. So thank you for being a long-time follower. Infinite Sphere took me $5 and said, hello. Well, hello to you, Infinite Sphere. Thank you very much for the tip. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. You are the top contributor via tips, and you're the top contributor so far for today. That puts you in the running for naming my created wrestler, my male created wrestler, in WWE 2K20. You're the top contributor so far today. That means you are in position to do so on Wednesday, unless someone beats that contribution today. Okay? 2-Bar King did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you very much, 2-Bar King, for the 100-bit cheer. I appreciate that very much. M5NSX did a $2 tip. He says, 3 things in life are certain: death, taxes, and then at 1:15 p.m. I'll get an email that Phil is live. Very nice. Sadly, you will not get that email tomorrow, but you will on Wednesday. All right, so thank you very much, N5NSX, for the $2 tip. Let's get that added to the total tips of the day. Okay, so that is it for the contributions so far. What I would like to do now is read off the top cheerers of the week. And by the way, this will be quick because it just reset for Monday. So, thank you to the top cheerers so far this week. In tied for fifth, we've got Gerard Crow and we've got Fruits07. In fourth place, we've got Dusting Fan. In third place, Two Bar King. Second place, N5NSX. And in first place with some big cheers overnight, so thank you for that, Tantamounter. I apologize, Tantamounter. I forgot to mention your overnight cheers today. That's my fault. But you are in first place for the cheering for today and for the week. Okay. By the way, shout out to Orcs7, who resubscribed to the channel for 27 months. That is much appreciated, Orcs7. Thank you for the 27 months of overwhelming support. All right, guys, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a short break to use the restroom. We're going to come back in a couple minutes, and it's time for Plants vs. Zombies. Again, focusing in on the story first. Oh, by the way, Massive Steak says, if you get enough funds today, can you pre-order Modern Warfare live on stream? I suppose I could, but what I would actually have to do is hide all my payment info and everything. I suppose I could, and then what we could do is see by the end of the stream if definitively the game will unlock at 6 p.m. on Thursday or not, because it should tell me on my dashboard. All right? So I guess, yes, if I raise enough funds on the stream today, I'll pre-order the game. Okay? All right. Let's take a quick break. I'll be back after a few minutes. Plants vs. Zombies Plant Side campaign. We're going to finish it, and then we're going to do multiplayer. And top contributor today gets to name my wrestler on Wednesday. Okay? Thank you, guys. I'll be back in a few. See you in a few.